Welcome to Faith on the Field show. Look at our new setup. I'm Rob Motti with my beautiful wife, Remy. It is so great to finally have a new studio, new setup, new everything. So exciting. Thank you for listening to us out there on the podcast, on the radio, whatever you're listening to. If you're watching us for the first time, we really appreciate it. We've got a special edition of this show coming up, and hopefully we can do this more often. I know our schedules conflict, but LA Chargers kicker Cameron Dicker is going to be on the show. He was the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week, so a very special conversation with a Special Teams Player of the Week. How many times can I say special in the first 3 minutes? It's all this is special. All of this is special. It's been an incredible fall right now for us because it's busy. It's a busy time of the year. The NFL is here, which means I'm really extremely busy, but also, what's very exciting is that our daughters are playing in 2 flag football leagues. Yes. I'm coaching 2 flag football teams. We have the Bucks, the Buccaneers, and we have the 49ers. And we are in a championship game coming up this weekend. So that's very exciting.
I love it. I'm the videographer. I take all the videos. Just sit there on the sideline and just take videos of the kids.
You're beyond the videographer.
I'm the cheerleader too.
You're like the team mom, but you're also like sort of an assistant coach because, guys, you wouldn't believe this. When we met, and is now going to be 15 years ago.
It is crazy.
We met 15 years ago, 2010, December 6th. I'm already trying not to forget it. But you weren't a sports fan. You didn't know much about sports. Now you've got ideas on plays. Now you're telling people, like you're giving us the other team's tendencies.
Totally.
She's scouting.
Totally.
She's an offensive coordinator. She's a defensive coordinator. She's got it all. So
and I know talent. When I see talent, I know talent. I was like, oh my gosh, she's talented. I can
impressive.
see that. Yes.
It is very impressive.
We went from like the very first date when I said to you, I don't think this is going to work out because you're a sports guy and I have zero interest.
Wait. When did you say, I don't think this is going to work out?
I said that in the first date, I said, this is not going to work because this is, you're a football guy, and you're a sports guy. And I said, I don't think this is going to work.
Out loud? To me? I didn't hear that part.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I didn't hear any of that.
Here's your response. I think you're forgetting. Your response was, it's a good thing because this is my job, and when I come home, I don't want to talk about sports.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Like I was never into the fan.
Yeah.
Like the fanatic fangirl. Like I didn't want someone who was just dying over players and all that stuff. But I don't recall that conversation.
That's funny. Well, I mean, I didn't make up that response.
No, now the response sounds familiar to me.
You know what I mean? That's
interesting.
You definitely said that.
Because by the third date, you were showing me the ring you wanted.
Absolutely. So I knew. When you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
We clicked. But let's get to some more important conversations and some of the things that we want to talk about. I love what has been like happening every morning when I've woken up and you've got worship music you're playing. And what's awesome about you and the girls, so Sundays, I do a TV interview every Sunday, so I haven't been able to go to church in the fall. Football season, like unless I'm either at a game or I'm getting ready for a game and I'm doing a TV hit every Sunday. But you and the girls are going to church, and it's beautiful because they're no longer like sitting in going to the kids section, right?
Kids
where
section.
They're doing whatever it is that they do. They're actually sitting in the main with the congregation and listening to the sermon.
Yes, and it's so beautiful because they're actually retaining the information, and we come home and we implement what we've learned. And this last Sunday, we talked about, the pastor talked about how you give 10% of everything you do in your life to Jesus, not just from your money, but every single day you're giving from your life to Jesus, because he doesn't care about your bank account. He cares about you and your heart. So are you giving the first 10% of your day? You giving the 10% of everything you do. So are you praying over your meals? Are you praying where you're in your car? Are you praying before bed? Are you praying all the time? Are you discussing things with Jesus? And that's basically living the tithing lifestyle. So it's not necessarily just tithing from your money. Right. It's a lifestyle decision that you're making, and we took that to heart. And I've always been a worshiping person. I've always been like, worship is my is my jam.
There's
Like,
nothing
I
better than
love to
worship music. It puts you in the right mood,
Right,
everything.
but it's something about waking up to worship music.
Yeah.
It sets the tone for the day, and it keeps everybody in the house. There's an atmosphere in the house of worship, which is what I always want. And it makes everybody wake up to this like calm, beautiful atmosphere, and it makes everybody so happy. And you know, Jesus is invited in, the Spirit is invited in. In fact, there's something I want to talk about. There's one worship song that came on today that I've never heard before, and it literally it made me cry this morning. So I just want to share.
I missed that.
It was so beautiful. Yeah, you were still upstairs. It was just so beautiful. I've never heard
I
it
take
before.
a little bit longer than she does sometimes in the morning.
Yeah, which is shocking.
Yeah.
It's called Spirit Lead Me, but it's not the one that we all know. It's a different one.
It's not Elevation?
No, it's a different one. And the lyrics goes, if you say it's wrong, then I'll say no. If you say release, I am letting go. If you're in it with me, I'll begin. And when you say jump, I will dive in. And if you say be still, then I will wait. And if you say trust, I will obey. I don't want to follow my own ways. I'm done chasing feeling, so Spirit lead me.
Ooh.
And I just heard that lyrics and I was like, that's it, I'm done. And you know when the Spirit just kind of like pierce your heart, like you're just, because we all go through seasons in life, and it's all like there's seasons when you want something so bad, you get something, you almost get it, and it just slips away. You know those seasons when you're just like, I almost had it.
Oh yeah.
But it's gone.
Yeah.
And you have no idea why it's gone. And when it says like,
you get so
when
close, right?
When
it's right there. You can feel it. You can taste it. You can sense it. You're already living it. You're imagining it, and then it's not there.
And when he said, if you say release, I'm letting go, I'm like, I'm done. Like I was just done, because there's so many times when you just don't want to release. You want to hold on. You want to just keep at it. You want to just say, no, I'm not letting go. I want this. I want this piece of chocolate, Lord. Like, I'm just letting go. I'm not letting go of this piece of chocolate.
Using a chocolate analogy.
Because sometimes, like, I always think of, like, little kids when they want something, or they want candy, or they want something. And us adults we know better, right? Than if you just would let go of this little piece of candy.
Right.
Maybe I'll give you like a slice of cake. Is not better, but it's not necessarily that. It's more of like we always have something in our hands that God wants us to let go of to give us something better, but we're in it going,
that's good.
But that's what I want though. Can you just give me the chocolate and a slice of cake? Like, could that possibly, can we arrange that? But he's not trying to do that. He's trying to build character, because it's not about the slice of cake or the chocolate. It's about the character that you're building. It's about you as a person advancing in the kingdom, because to him this is nonsense. What we're doing every day that we think it's so cool, it's all nothing to him. This is nothing new is under the sun for him. He knows better for us. He knows that if we would just trust him one more time, if he would just let go one more time, he has something so much better, because God is not a taker. Jesus is not a taker. He is a giver. So if he had taken something from you, trust and believe he has something so much better for you, because he is not in the business of taking. He's in the business of giving. From the very beginning, he gave his life for us. So he's not trying to take anything from us, other than he just wants surrender. He wants that peace for you and me. He wants that life of just ever-ending just love and peace and kindness for you. He doesn't want anything else. So, but we always mistake him taking a little something, or saying stop, or saying release, that it's just not, it's not it. It's
two things.
It's very simple.
One, who sings that song?
It is by Influence Music.
Influence?
Yeah, which I've never heard.
Oh, that's the last.
Michael
okay, so
something.
I'm gonna have to go and listen to that as soon as we finish recording.
It is amazing.
But you said something there, because as you're talking and as you're saying all that you're speaking to me, and I'm like, man. And we didn't have this conversation ahead of the show.
No.
We just
Spirit
this is live as live can be. We didn't discuss what she was going to really speak on right now, other than she had her topic set, and I was like, yeah, let's go with it. But I didn't know the depth to which that conversation was going to go. And like, you're speaking to me right there. I was like, man. But then you said something about surrender. And surrender is difficult. It's so difficult because we always want to be in control. We always want to, like, it's so hard to give someone else control of anything. I can't give anyone control in a car I want to drive. I just can't.
Oh, we all know that.
I can't. I don't like to take an Uber. I don't like to take anything. I don't want to be on a train. I don't want to be on a bus. I hate flying, even though I fly a whole lot. Like, I want to be in control of my own destiny. But then you think about it and you go, but Jesus.
Yeah.
Right? But he's in control. So the hardest thing to do is to surrender. But when we realize and we recognize that surrendering to him isn't like surrendering to someone who doesn't have our best interest at heart, right? Part of the reason why, like, oh, I don't want to go on what if the bus driver is just having a bad day or doesn't really care about his life, or the train guy or whoever it is, or the pilot. But Jesus cares about us, and he's in control, and he has our best interest at heart. So when we surrender to him, we're not giving it over to someone who is lukewarm about the outcome of our lives or the outcome of our destiny. Right. We're surrendering to someone who cares about us more and loves us, as you said earlier, to the point where he died for us on the cross.
And I understand the part of control, right? I get it, because you and I are the same. We're like control freaks. I get
Although
that.
you let me drive everywhere because you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I actually like being a passenger, but that's the only time. But the thing is about control is just like, it's so hard to just say like, okay, you take control of everything. Yeah. Because sometimes when you release something and it doesn't happen, you go, okay, you know what? You want, Lord, I got this one. I got this one. It's okay. I'll take it from here. I'll take it from here. And then you take it from here and it goes completely south. And you're like, never mind, you take it back. So that's what happens when we kind of just control things, because we think that, you know what, Lord, I surrender it to you. Look what happened when I surrender it. Nothing happened. Now here we are. We're stuck. We are not going anywhere. You did not take care of it. Like you said, you're going to take care of it. You did not take care of it. Let alone, he was taking care of everything. You had no idea. You had no clue.
And we can make a mess of everything. When we take over, we can make make such a major catastrophic mess. I know I've been there. It's happened. I've done it. I've lived it, and I've come out on the other side, right? You've seen it with some other people's lives. So if we don't ultimately, like, surrendering, it's so hard to do, but let me tell you, when you do it, there is a peace that is greater than anything else you can imagine. When you know that God is in control and you trust him fully, and you live your life as through worship, through prayer, through every inch of what we do, every ounce of our being is to honor him and to glorify him and to live in a way where we're ambassadors for him. Like, that is true peace. That is incredible peace. So I hope you enjoyed this new look here. We're going to bring it back to you hopefully more often, but stay tuned. A great conversation. Can I say it one more time? A special conversation with LA Chargers kicker Cameron Dicker. You're listening to Faith on the Field show.
Faith on the Field launched on ESPN Philadelphia in 2017 with a simple but important mission: to connect people to Christ through sports.
You're never too far gone to find your way to Christ, to break free from those chains and to become truly and spiritually set free.
I fell in love with baseball and football as a 6-year-old growing up in South Philly. I never imagined as a kid that I'd end up reporting on all of my hometown teams, that I'd build relationships and friendships with some of my childhood heroes, write a book about one of them, Mike Schmidt, and then write another about the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. My dream of becoming a Major League Baseball player ended at the semi-pro level, but I've been blessed to have a long career as a sports writer, radio host, and TV analyst. I've covered many Super Bowls, World Series, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, been to all of the biggest events, interviewed the greatest players in sports, Hall of Famers, and current superstars, but my passion for sports has led me to a greater purpose. I can tell you now I've accomplished most of my goals. But I didn't do that until I stopped chasing fame, stopped chasing glory, stopped chasing wealth, and instead I began to seek the Lord.
What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? I don't want to gain Hollywood's fame and forfeit my soul.
I found real hope, joy, and peace in the Lord. My mission is to help others do the same. So many people are hurting. They're searching, they're seeking, they're looking for answers in all of the wrong places. Faith on the Field points them to Jesus. And for those who already know the Lord, we encourage them and challenge them. Take Jesus to your marketplace. Faith on the Field is a one-of-a-kind sports radio show that airs on numerous stations across the country. Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, C.J. Stroud, Tua Tagovailoa, Dak Prescott, Tim Tebow, Russell Wilson, and Tony Dungy are among hundreds of athletes and coaches who've shared their faith journey with me. We've impacted so many lives through these testimonies, and we've witnessed thousands accept Christ at our live events. I've been honored to share my testimony on stages all across the country, but the great part is we're only getting started.
I want you to be bold. We need to be bold. This world needs us right now. We got to take Jesus to our marketplace. We got to testify. We got to encourage others. We have to adapt well, and we have to maintain. That's how you achieve the ultimate victory. Are you ready to go out and win? Well, let's freaking go!
Our mission is to make Faith on the Field a worldwide ministry. Your support can help us make that dream a reality.
Welcome back to Faith on the Field show. If you're listening to us for the first time on radio, on the podcast, watching us here, I don't know where you've been. We launched our first episode in 2017. How about that? 2017 is when we launched. So we're 8 years in. You can go, we've had an awesome lineup of guests. You can go back and listen anytime at your convenience, faithonthefieldshow.com. We have all the episodes listed up there. If you'd like to partner with us and help our ministry grow, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We have a donate button on our new page, which is completely redesigned. It's beautiful. We actually got our merch is up there now. Yay. The My Story, His Glory, Faith on the Field t-shirts. Shout out to skywayweb.com. Paul, his team have done an incredible job redesigning our website, so check that out. Our guest this week, LA Chargers kicker Cameron Dicker. He was the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. He went 5 for 5 last week in field goals, kicked the game winner. He's got an incredible story. This is a guy who was you'll hear it from him, but he was on a team, he got cut, he got released, he kicked the game-winning field goal and still got cut from the team, went to another one. He's latched on. He is now the most accurate kicker in NFL history. Here is Cameron Dicker. Cameron, welcome to the show, man. I appreciate your time. Congratulations on winning AFC Special Teams Player of the Week. But I want to take you back because this ain't the first time you won an award. You've won it numerous times. But it's really amazing how your first game in the NFL, right, in 2022, filling in for Jake Elliott for the Eagles, kick a game-winning field goal against Arizona. You're the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week. And then we know how the situation is there. Jake comes back healthy. You end up in L.A., your first game there, AFC Special Teams Player of the Week, kick the winning field goal. What is that like, just to go through all of that and to be where you are now, established as the most accurate kicker in NFL history?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think it's just kind of a show of the world that specialists live in, first of all, and then when you trust in God's plan that good things can happen. So I put in the time, I put in the work, and I knew I'd have an opportunity, and I believe that. And then when the opportunity came, you gotta perform. And so taking my opportunity as far as I can, we're just gonna keep riding.
You say trust in God's plan and good things happen, and we say that, right? But it's easier said than done.
Hmm.
So there's got to be those moments where you come out of college, you're undrafted, you're waiting for that opportunity, and it's
Yeah.
you're hoping like, hey, what's happening? Where's my time? What holds it together for you? What held it together for you in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, I thought when I undrafted the Rams, I was going to be on practice squad there for the year and then have a chance to compete for the job the next year because I knew they weren't going to be paying their guys, and so their guys were most likely to be leaving. And then I got cut. I got woken up to a phone call on Tuesday morning back when we had the 3 different cut days, and that was just like a big shock in my life for sure because everything they had communicated to me was, hey, you're going to be here, you're going to be here. And so that morning, still woke up, read my Bible, went into the facility, was like, damn, I know they're about to cut me. That's all the phone call is. And so you're like, all right, this sucks. You show up and there's somebody waiting for you outside. And then spent time with my family before having some chances with some other teams. But I think just being grounded in the word and then with the people around you that push you and I mean, at the end of the day, it helps me know like I am not a football player at the end of the day. Like it's a temporary title now. But knowing what my real what I'm gonna be when I'm done and kind of the person I am at the end of the day held me together for sure.
Spent some time with the Ravens too, right? Punted, they put you in the
Maybe
head kick.
maybe 30 hours at the Ravens.
30 hours.
Uh,
What did you even get a chance to practice a little bit? Like what?
I showed up and had my workout. I think it was preseason, so we played Saturday. So I showed up, had a workout on Friday at like 2 p.m. Then I got signed at like 4 p.m. Then went to the team hotel around 7 p.m. and then played the next day at 7 p.m.
Well, you've ended up in the spot that you were destined to be in. You're doing a fantastic job, man. 5 for 5 last week, and everything that you've been able to accomplish so far. Do you ever sit back and just reflect it and go like that journey, all of it to get here, it was worth all the ups, all the downs, all those moments. Do you ever get a chance yet, or you're still living it? You're still in the moment.
No, 100%. I think at the end of every season, I like take a moment to think about it. After my first season in the NFL was when I was here at the end of the year. Dustin Hopkins was here, and on our plane ride home, it was really cool. He came up to me and he was like, "Hey, man, I know right now you're gonna be upset. Like it is what it is. But when you have time, like this off season, take a moment, sit down, and like really look at like what happened this year, like how cool an opportunity you had." No matter what happens going forward. Like he and I were coming back and competing for a job, and he came up to me and said that, and it was just like, "Hey, dude, take a moment and like find God in that moment and talk to Him and say thank you, and like really look back and enjoy these things." Because I think as a kicker, I mean, sometimes you let yourself get up high, but I know for myself, like even hitting game winners, whatever happens, I'm still like, all right, sweet, like I got another kick to make next. Like there's always something coming. So usually after games, it's like the next day, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But a lot of the times, it's not till the end of the season when you can look back and be like, oh, sweet, what a year. And then got to be ready for next year.
It's a great perspective to have for sure. Cameron, take me into your mindset on the sideline when your team is driving, you're down to tie game, you're down one, like that they're driving to set you up for the game
Yeah.
winning field goal. I know you're all probably warming up, kicking into the net and everything else, but what's going through your mind?
I pray usually. So I'm there like talking to God. I say, I thank God for the opportunity. These are the things that I've always wanted. It's the reason I kick. It's the reason I do these things. We put in these moments. So I thank God for that opportunity. I thank God for the opportunities coming up in the game. I ask God for the ability and the opportunities. And then I usually pray that God's light shines through me and that other people can see like his love for me out on the field in any capacity it may be. And so just trying to open myself up, invite God into the moment, and just knowing that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We talked about it, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I think J.K. Scott, our punter, brought it up in a chapel where you can't be anxious and grateful at the same time. And so it's like psychologically, there was like some therapist that studied this and was like, your brain can't literally be both of them. So it's how can you convince your brain to be that way? I was luckily wired that way, but I think people can also change the way they go about it.
Tell me a little bit about some of the work that you do off the field, because to be nominated for Walter Payton Man of the Year, a lot of players tell me that is probably the coolest thing outside of
100%.
individual awards, right? You could be MVP, you could be offensive player, defensive player of the year, whatever it is, but to be recognized for the things that you're doing off the field. Tell me a little bit about some of those interests that you have and kind of where you develop that servant heart.
Yeah, I think 100, like you said, I think it's the top award in football, right? Is to be the Walter Payton Man of the Year. It's the biggest honor I've had so far as a Charger, playing in the league and being able to do this. And it's going to be the biggest honor until hopefully I win it one day. We'll see. But being able to just showcase like your love for people. So I started my foundation called Wholeheartedly. The idea behind the name was because every interaction I have, like I wholeheartedly want to be there, and I want them to understand the love that they have in their lives, no matter who I'm talking to or what's going on. I try to say yes to every single opportunity that's brought up to me because I mean, what else am I doing day to day? I can be at home doing nothing, or I can be out doing something in the community and doing something fun that can change somebody's life. And last year, I spent a lot of time with the Friendship Foundation, a special needs group. They were a very open arms organization that was just like full of friendly people that when I was lonely and bored here, didn't have much going on, they always had something happening and were always inviting. And through the people running the organization, to the kids at it, the adults at it, everybody was just so fun and created this atmosphere that just left my heart feeling full. And so I just kept myself around them.
That's pretty cool, man. How can people get more information if they want to help the foundation wholeheartedly? Do you have a website? Do you have any events coming up? Any kind of anything that folks, listeners, viewers can help out with?
Gonna get a website going soon. Gonna get the Instagram page going through my Instagram as well. So I'm gonna plug all that through my Instagram, which is Dicker the Kicker. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be centered around helping students and youth serve others. I think for me, I didn't start any community service aspects until I was in college serving at church. And then really when I got to the NFL and then college, like we went to the children's hospitals and did stuff like that, which was incredible. But I felt like my first true service acts were helping in the nursery in college at our church, Austin Ridge. And so that was a bunch of fun. And then it just made me want to have kids go out there and do the same thing. So middle school and high school kids, I'm looking at starting clubs at schools so that I can help provide resources for them to go out and do service projects for their hearts.
Well, whenever you get it going, let me know and we'll hop back on and we'll share with everybody. I got to ask you though about your unique journey, just being born right in Hong Kong, being raised in China. Did you watch NFL football as a young kid? When did you fall in love with the sport?
Never watched NFL football until the Ravens and Steelers had to have played in the Super Bowl. Not Ravens, the Cardinals and Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't know what year it was, but I feel that's my first memory of a football game. And I think we were in, where were we? We were skiing in Whistler. We were skiing in Whistler with our family friends. And it was on the TV, and I walked by and saw it. And then we had bought Madden for the Wii, and so we played Madden every once in a while. But I've been a FIFA guy my whole life. I've been a soccer guy my whole life, so that's been like my go-to sport. And then didn't watch football ever, really. Still don't watch it too often. Soccer's the main sport for me, and then I love kicking. So yeah.
You obviously got to speak Chinese, right?
Used to be fluent. I've lost a lot of it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's been an absolute pleasure. Wish you a ton of blessings and a ton of success.
Awesome. Thank you, Rob.
That's it for this week. Thank you to Cameron Dicker. Thank you for listening to the show. And thank you to everyone who makes Faith on the Field show great. For Remy and the girls, I'm Rob Motti, reminding you, make a difference. Be a blessing.